Hey everyone, hi FootPrint, Christy here. Going to be a day late and I think probably $1 short. Um, just thought I'd hop on for a little while, but it's not going to be too long. Um, hubby and I both went for COVID vaccines yesterday to make sure we're up to date with our vaccine. And yeah, so we both get. I was knocked around a bit by it yesterday, still feeling a little bit off colour, but my arm gets very sore. I don't know if it's red. It feels very warm, and there's a big bump there. So, and it takes a while for it to go down. But yeah, my arm's very sore. So I'm not going to be too long, but I just wanted to say hello to everyone. Um, be a voice of reassurance. Um, that passing phase where everyone was saying this too shall pass, it is still happening. It has started. Things will improve. Might not seem like it for a lot of people. It might seem like, hi, Marilyn Bralia. I had the flu shot yesterday too, Marilyn. So yeah, and welcome, welcome. I don't know if you've been on before. It sounds a little bit familiar, but if you haven't, welcome. If you have, welcome back. So yeah, so I just wanted to say, look, you know, we're still in things, that passing phase. I'm going to just do some general reading on energy today. Probably only going to be about half an hour or so because just. Oh, well, thank you very much. That's lovely. That's lovely. Um, Again, if you want, I'll just, yeah, I've got the thing, readings. For readings, you can email me for readings. I do them face to face. I use Jitsi Meet or Zoom or whatever people have available to them. I'll even use Messenger, phone or computer, whatever. Just yeah, so you can see me and you can see the cards, and I will always happy to take a snap at the cards and email them to you. So if anyone wants a reading, you can email me. I charge $30 US, and the equivalent. If you're in the UK, it would be the equivalent in UK. If you're in Australia, it'd be the equivalent, which is about $45 Australian and things like that, just depending on where you are. The base is $30 US, and then it's just the equivalent of that. So yeah. Yeah. I will be away on holiday for a few weeks, starting in mid-October. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I thought I might just do a reading, general reading. I might start with Australia. What's the energy like here in Australia? Mm. Hang on a minute. I'm going to have to. I'll just be back in a minute. Okay. Cameo was apparently making trouble. Can you hear me? She just stepped on the thing. Cameo! Come on. Let me get you some numbers, okay? Are you bothering Daddy? Can you hear me, Marilyn? I don't know. So I'm going to start here in Australia and just have a look at a few things. We've got the Six of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, one-sided, imbalanced. Yes, there certainly seems to be a bit of an imbalance going on in Australia at the moment. Um, it. So this is the Six of Pentacles reversed, and yeah, and a bit of inequality, and there's certainly some shake-up with power dynamics in some parts of the community. There's been protests, there's been things happening that, pro and against this, that, and the other, and of course a very nasty group of people who I will not gift with their name, just that it starts with N, has a Z. I refuse to give them their full name. Yeah, stirring up things. And we've also had quite a bit of trouble with sovereign citizens lately. And that over the last 2 years, we've lost 4 police officers to those people. And yeah, it can be very hard. People who are just doing their job. So anyway, so there's definitely a bit of an imbalance happening at the moment. Again, we have the Five of Cups. It's reversed. And it's in the challenge position. So it's going to be, I feel like Australia is going to be stuck a little bit in limbo with this situation for a while. Hopefully not too long, because we are looking at minor arcana. And so it's going to be, more of the same for a while, because it's in the challenge position. It's going to take us a little while to move on and overcome the negativity and to recover. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but it's not going to be long term, more shorter term, a couple more months before things settle down and we can start to move on. What's in the advice column for us? The Five of Wands upright is, of course, for the next couple of months. Hello, Yvonne White. There's going to be some conflict and there's going to be some disagreements. This is what I mean about the challenge, about moving on. We've got to be prepared to still see some of this stuff happening, still have some challenges within our population of people who want to spread hate. There's been anti-immigration protests, and for some people it's not about hate, it's just about fear. But for other people, it's just flat out hate. Fear can be a bit understandable, but to react to fear with hate is no. And just to have hate, it's not something I know. It's something I find very hard to understand. So, Avon, I'm looking at Australia at the moment, the energy in Australia at the moment. So what's at the base of this? Okay, the star, but it's reversed. So people are feeling a lack of faith. They're feeling like despair. They're worried about their jobs. They're feeling disconnected. There's some depression. A lot of people are feeling that there's nothing they can do. So they're despondent and they're losing hope and they're feeling negative. And of course, all of these things can lead to the troubles we've had with protest, with right-wing groups coming up, with sovereign citizens, with people who might normally be a little bit more generous, reacting in ways that they probably normally wouldn't. you know, blaming one group of people because the rental housing is so hard to get. They shouldn't be blaming one group of people. They should be blaming the people who own the houses who keep putting them up and up and up. But they don't see it that way. They keep seeing people coming into the country and being able to pay for the houses and putting in more money. But in quite a lot of cases, it's like, and the influx of immigrants causing stress on the housing rental market. And quite often that's not the case. But people don't want to hear that. They're reacting with fear. They're reacting with despair. And it's not quite, we're not quite through that yet. Have a look at the outcome, the Four of Swords. So we're looking at the outcome. And again, this is a major arcana. So yes, it has had a major impact on us. But all the rest, a minor arcana, and there's no court cards. So this is the outcome here is the Four of Swords: rest, relaxation, meditation, renewal, solitude to gather your thoughts, recuperation, retreat, sanctuary, self-protection, and peace. So I think that's like things are going to start settling down. People are going to start calming themselves, thinking more, and start how shall I say it, relaxing their symptoms, I guess. I don't know. But we'll do a little bit more on the clarification for the outcome of the Four of Swords. Four of Wands: homecoming, welcoming, celebration, harmony. So we're getting towards, I think, getting through this difficult time. Family, friends, and reunions, community, gathering, stability, and belonging. So I think we're heading towards maybe this round of difficulties coming to an end. What else do we have? The King of Swords. This is good. And these things are clarifiers on the Four of Wands. And this is mental clarity returning. Truth, reason returning, discipline returning. Using your head over your heart. So that means using your logic over your reaction. And one more, we have the Sun. So again, it's another major arcana, and this is a big factor. People are going to start feeling positive again in hopefully the near future, next month or so. And this is Australia I'm reading on, okay? So there's going to be a bit more vitality, warmth. I think we do well during winter, Australians. I just don't think we do. But there's going to be a build-up of optimism, of confidence. And we're going to go into a better period over the rest of the spring and the summer. I mean, we're halfway through the first month of spring. And, yeah, hopefully, and because it's a major arcana, it's going to have a longer-lasting impression and a longer-lasting influence. So, yeah, we're still not out of the woods. We've still got a few things happening down here in Australia. Hey, J Cat Lady. And, yeah, so we've got the Fool as the shadow card. A new start, a fresh start. We do all go through fresh starts and new perspectives at times. Constance Campbell, hi. Now, I said earlier, I'm not going to be on for very long. I am feeling a little bit off colour. I had my COVID and a flu shot yesterday. James is feeling. Things are still a little bit unsettled in a lot of places, which is why I did the reading. And, there are still people doing stuff we're not used to and stuff. So that's why I did the reading. Now let's have a look at the same sort of thing, but for the US, just the energy. I know there's a lot of anger over Jimmy Kimmel, and I'm not going to comment on it apart from to say, well, you can't just take people, it's putting the normal, they're taking out critics. But I don't really know what he said. I haven't had a chance to look it up. Yes. Yeah, I am feeling a little bit, a little bit down, but I'm going to go sit out the front in some sunshine soon. But I'm going to do just a reading on the US and a quick one on Britain as well. With the visit of a head of state. So, what's the feeling after that? I understand he's gone now, but yeah. So let's have a look at the US at the moment. Now, this is the Page of Pentacles, but it's reversed. So there's lack of progress, there's immaturity, missed opportunities, and underachievement. The prospects are still looking, people are just acting foolishly. There's just some people who are just lazy. They want things to change, but they don't want to step forward and do it. And there's been missed chances. So all of that sort of thing in the last few weeks. What's the challenges coming up next? Now, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, but she's reversed. So it's selfish, unkept, very materialistic. Materialism is very, very big at the moment with some sectors. There's, of course, self-absorption. There's work-home conflict, insecurity, greed, and intolerance are three of the biggest things that stand out to me. That being the biggest influences affecting things. Hi, Cherry French. What is the advice for the US, for people in the US? Temperance, and it is upright, so that's good. Look into yourselves. Find a way to find your own balance and harmony. Be patient and react to all things with self-control and moderation. And, don't waste too much of your time being upset and distressed. You're better off spending more of that time going within yourself and finding a place of calm and tranquility to help you get through. At the base of this, of course, is the Wheel of Fortune, but it's reversed. So bad luck, people clinging to control and stuck in old karmic cycles. There's resistance to change, as we have seen. There's been lots of opportunities, but some people do not want the change because they're scared that it'll blow back on them. But then there's unwelcome change as well. Hi, Galatians 6:7. How are you? It's nice to see someone who I think wears their faith on their sleeve, but doesn't judge others for what they do, and that's nice. It's really nice. A lot of people use their faith to judge others, but I don't get that from you. I get that, and it's really nice to see that. Yeah. So thank you. So what's the outcome here for the US? We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Practical, reliable, he's upright, stoic, but slow, steady, hardworking, committed, grounded, and patient. There's efficient, conservative, and pragmatic. I'm getting stoic, slow, and steady. You have to be patient. Trust in efficiency, and yeah, there's a need for pragmatism. Otherwise, you'll just drive yourself crazy. So let's have a look at what is contributing to that outcome, the Knight of Pentacles. We've got the Two of Cups as a contributor. Upright, unified love, partnership, mutual attraction. But we're looking at partnership here and connections and mutual respect. It seems to me that slowly and joining forces, perhaps not complete unity, but enough of joining forces to push a change through. But again, it's slow and steady wins the race. But it's a court card, so it's not a major arcana. So we're not looking at years here. We're looking at months to years. So what other things influences the outcome of the Knight of Pentacles? We have the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. People are starting to see it's not about contentment and satisfaction and emotional richness. That's been, a lot of people have been robbed of that, and about abundance, but there's going to be success and achievements and some wish fulfillments. So efforts are going to be paying off, and hopefully sooner than we think. Isn't that a very pretty card? Isn't that pretty? And the other thing, and again, it's an upright, so they're all upright cards, and this is the Four of Pentacles. So there's no extremes, but there is possessiveness, insecurity, frugality. People are being insecure, which is causing some problems. But people are trying to save money. They're trying to be frugal, and they're trying to gain as much security within themselves as they can. And they're looking for long-term security, but that doesn't happen in every political environment, in every political administration. So that's one of the reasons too, is that people are being selfish and still being conservative. And that's one of the reasons why it's a slow, steady race. But I do overall feel improvement. So hopefully that keeps going. Can I have a quick look at the UK? And then look, guys, I do feel pretty ordinary. So I just thought I'd come on for a little bit. Wow. 2020, the collapse begins. Oh, wow. Thank you, Galatians. Thank you for your insight. Be interesting. I'm going to do just one more short read, and then I'm going to wrap up for the day, guys. Can I have a look at the UK after the president's visit? Would you like some more nummies? I also have to go to the toilet. I'll make too long sandwich. So what I'm going to do is just feed little girl here some nummies. I'm just going to do 3 cards, and then I hope you'll forgive me for cutting out so early, but yeah, I do feel pretty crappy. So anyway, I just had to get some things done yesterday morning, and yeah. Okay, so the UK, the Hangman reversed. basically apathy, big apathy. Nothing's going to change. What's the point in having certain people come over if they don't, you know, it's just a stagnant relationship at the moment, and it wasn't improved any. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles again, slow and steady, very pragmatic, and they're very Martin Freeman movie of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy says one thing the British are very good at doing, it's queuing. So they're very patient. That patience is. And then there's the Hermit, introspectiveness, an inward spiral, spiritual journey, spiritual and soul searching, being alone, inner guide and withdrawal. I do feel like it's taking a step back. Now, guys, thank you very much. I hope you do understand. I am feeling pretty ordinary. And so I'm just going to go now, and thank you for joining me for the short version. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. I might come on tomorrow for a while, so keep an eye out, okay? If I'm feeling better tomorrow, I'll probably do another show. So usually I feel better by then. So everyone take care. Love you very much. Laugh every day, and if you can, laugh with a stranger. Bye-bye.